Okay, we'll start with Mr. Sharp. Would your judicial poli- Would your judicial philosophy as a magistrate be strict or more lenient and understanding?
Well, I'll just go back to the previous question. With the leniency on the previous question, I know we are held by the West Virginia Code to uphold that West Virginia Code, and whenever you read that and through the penalty phase, you have parameters that you can do, and I don't believe the leniency should be for anything, and I will not. I will follow the code of the law as the West Virginia Code says I have to. It's all written in a book. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Wilfong?
I do go by what is in the West Virginia Code for any kind of criminal offense. If I do find the person guilty or they plead guilty to it, and I find out and I question them before I do the sentencing, I get a feel of who this defendant is before me. And 9 times out of 10, when there's a domestic battery, when there's a petty larceny, when there's kids up at high school using tobacco, okay, 9 times out of 10, they are addicts. And sending an addict to jail is never the answer. They go to jail. They can get as much drugs in jail as they can out on the street. I hate to say that, but they can. Okay? So I do give them, if it says 6 months maximum jail sentence or a year maximum jail sentence, I can give them anywhere between 6 months to a year at my discretion. And if I feel that the crime that they committed is because they are on drugs, then I give them that jail sentence. I suspend it, and I either place them with day report, which our day report is finally getting back up on their feet. I talked to them today. They've got a therapist now and waiting for her to sign the contract. So hopefully our day report will start here back and forth soon. And I've had a lot of success with the day report, but I do hold them accountable. I stay in contact with the day report. I follow up on these defendants that I do put on day report. And if they violate day report, whether if I give them 6 months to a year, if they make it 5 months through day report, and I find that they have violated, they are revoked, and they got to do their whole 6 months in jail. So I'm lenient at the beginning, but if they don't want to help themselves, then I give them their jail sentence.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Kelly?
I believe my philosophy for the office in general is to be firm, fair, and consistent. You have to stand your ground. You're going to hear a lot of stories from people when they come in. A lot of people have hardships, but you have to look at each case on an individual basis. But by doing that, you have to stay within the lines that the state code has set before you. So I honestly believe that the most important thing whenever you look at how you're going to run your office and how you as a magistrate's going to be is you have to be firm. You have to set your feet on the ground, and you can't be persuaded when you feel in your heart that you have sentenced somebody. You can't change that because somebody else wants to put their 2 cents in. That's why the county has elected you into that position to make the best choices for Pocahontas County. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Graham?
Like I mentioned in the previous question, I would be more understanding for first-time offenders, but habitual offenders need to be punished. Obviously, habitual offenders don't get the message that you're trying to help them when you put them in programs or allow them to be on probation. So if they're not going to get the message when you're trying to help them, they need to be punished. And ultimately, as some of the other candidates have said, you have to refer back to the West Virginia Code and follow the law as it's written. As much as we'd like to help all the citizens of Pocahontas County when they get in trouble, if the law says if you break this law and this is your punishment, that's just how it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Price?
Yes, could you read the question again?
Yes. Would your judicial philosophy as a magistrate be strict or more lenient and understanding?
It would probably lean toward the strict side. I would apply the facts of the case to the law as it's written. Not saying that once a person, let's say they do prove the case and they are found guilty, and you have sentencing options, as Mr. Sharp stated, we have parameters that we can work within. And if one of those parameters is an alternative program, I'll give a person a chance once. And I would apply whatever options were available to me to help and assist that citizen. But they do it again, they've had their chance. So I would classify my position more as strict. Bringing 25 years of experience onto the table would put me at, I believe, at a position to as Cynthia stated, to be firm and fair and honest. And you have to be honest with what's going on in the case and with yourself.